Hello, this is Professor Kyle Mack, and in this video we're going to be talking about a great solution for your edTPA videos, or really any video that you need to record yourself where a camera is going to be in the back of the room and you're going to be throughout the room, and you may be worrying about audio levels and whether or not the internal microphone can pick up everything that you're saying or your students are saying. So this is a great way to have the microphone on you while the camera is in the back of the room. So what we've got is we've got the receiver and we've got the transmitter. The transmitter is what is on you. You use the lapel right here to be able to hook that up. I have a windsock for that as well. But what happens is you speak into this and it sends to here, and then there's an output jack here. It's 1/4, and then through a series of different cables you can plug that into just about anything. What we have for Cedarville is we have a cable that has been designed to be able to place that cable into a smart device, so like a tablet or a smartphone, so that you can use the onboard recording app that your smartphone or tablet has, and then record that with the audio that's being sent from this device. So how this is set up is, first you're going to take your AC adapter and you're going to plug this in. Then you're going to flick on the power, so you'll have one light showing. The next thing you'll do is you'll then turn on the transmitter, and you see how that light is solid right now? It then happens to turn off on me right as I say that, but if it stayed solid the entire time, that means your battery is low. The fact that that didn't flick on and then off right away means that it's getting close to low, and so I would probably recommend replacing the battery if you were wanting to use that for a longer lesson. Alright, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to just check and make sure that the gain level is not too high. You see how that light is almost solid at some point at certain times, and then also it's flashing quite a bit? That means your gain level is way too high. That's because I just took this microphone and put it right up to my lips. But this is the gain level adjuster on the transmitter, so you just kind of move that around with either your fingernail or a flathead screwdriver. And so you just set that to the point where it's just not flashing a lot. And as you can see, the battery actually just went dead because as we are trying to speak into it, there's no flashing whatsoever. So that's a good indication that you have a really low battery. So it's still trying to send a signal, but then it dies out and there's no flash on there. So once again, this would be a low battery situation. You'd want to be able to replace that. Alright, so once you have that all set up and you're now ready to record something, what you have to do is you have to now plug in a cable. This cable is really long, and it eventually will lead to this final 1/4 jack that can actually, I'm sorry, 1/8 jack that can go into your smart device. And so you'll plug that right in where your earphone jack goes, and these 3 rings right here communicate that it can not only receive a signal, but it also can transmit a signal. And so when you turn on your recording app in your smart device, it'll actually receive this as the microphone rather than the internal microphone that it typically would use if nothing was plugged in. And so that's all it really entails, as long as you make sure all of the lights are working. So you have 2 lights that are on and then a 3rd light that's flashing, and that when you turn this device on, that the battery light goes, it flashes on and then turns off immediately once you turn the device on. Then you know that you're all set to go. I would recommend, however, to test it a couple times before you actually begin, as you want to make sure that there aren't any weird things that are occurring during a long lesson. It's, you know, really unfortunate when someone starts recording and they have this great lesson that they've recorded, and then once they go back to the device they realize that the audio, there was something wrong with it, and that can be very discouraging. So just test it a couple times, make sure it works, but that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple system.